UK Prime Minister David Cameron is set to appear before the Leveson inquiry today. The panel is expected to grill him about his ties to senior executives at Rupert Murdoch's media group News Corp. The Leveson inquiry launched an investigation into British press ethics after the phone hacking scandal at the News Corp-owned paper News of the World.
It's now a year since the full phone hacking scandal was exposed. Public anger reached fever pitch when it was revealed a murdered schoolgirl's voicemails had been intercepted by the News of the World. So David Cameron set up the Leveson inquiry. So far it's heard from film stars, newspaper proprietors and more recently former Prime Ministers like Tony Blair. Now it's the turn of David Cameron himself. Mr Cameron had close links to two figures at News International, who've since become the subject of police investigations. He was good friends with the company's top UK executive, Rebekah Brooks.
The witness today is Mrs Rebekah Brooks, please. Thank you.
She's admitted during her evidence that he'd sent her friendly text messages.
Everybody wants to know how his texts are signed off. Can you help?
Occasionally he would sign them off LOL, lots of love. Actually, until I told him it meant laugh out loud, and then he didn't sign them like that anymore.
Mr Cameron will also have to explain why he decided to hire a former editor of the News of the World, Andy Coulson, to be his spin doctor, despite advice from others not to. Then there's the controversy over how the government dealt with a multi-billion-dollar bid by the Murdochs for the satellite broadcaster B-Sky B. Critics say there was an unspoken deal between the two sides to further each other's interests. And the Prime Minister is still under pressure to sack the minister, who was supposed to be adjudicating the bid impartially.
Everyone knows it was the Prime Minister who decided to appoint the Culture Secretary to oversee the bid. And it's the Prime Minister who is clinging onto him now in the face of all the evidence. Doesn't he realise it's no longer about the Culture Secretary's judgment, it's about the Prime Minister's judgment?
Mr Cameron will be hoping the British public is losing interest in this detailed saga about the media and political elite. Nevertheless, revelations about his social connections with News Corporation have already been very embarrassing, and there could be more to come.